You're telling me that that's not fucking worthy?
Yeah, I'll go ahead out on a limb and say, yeah, that's not worth it. It's not worth my.
No, dude, that was worth all the lives lost for the freshwater to cool AI.
Wow. I don't
And
know.
your algorithm, the first baby video was a Trump one.
Dude, because it's new, it's MAGA. Uh, Klepper from the Daily Show did these things where him and like this other guy started 7 different TikToks, um, posing as pedophiles do as young boys. But they did the as young impressionable men. They started 7 TikToks and all of them took them down some real like
Real
weird.
dark roads.
Mhm. So that's where it takes. Like that's where it's driving you to. So congratulations for swimming against the current, but it's trying to take it definitely like mine's MAGA heavy. I get to see some weird shit. One of the things that was like a recurring theme today was like MAGA was like, one like I was just watching Fox News and Caroline Levitt was on explaining explaining the budget bill. It's like no wonder it wasn't on CNN or MSNBC. No wonder lefties are so confused. Well, fucking what? Because we don't watch Caroline Levitt lie to people's faces? That's
Right.
fucking, dude, that's insane
I
that's,
can't remember the Republican that they asked about it, but they said Carolyn Budget said it wasn't going to increase the deficit. And he looked right at the camera and said, "That's a lie.
probably
That's
Massey.
just a lie." Yeah. Oh, it
There's,
was Massey, I think. He's like, "That's just a lie."
yeah, yeah. He's too far gone. His career, he's gonna die on this hill. This is gonna be his thing.
Yep.
People disappeared off the planet, but this man's gonna die for the national debt. Good for him. At least somebody has a red line, and it's not state and local taxes.
Yeah. Unfortunately, he's just mad because they're not cutting enough.
Not
He
enough.
hasn't suggested. Yeah, he hasn't suggested cutting the tax breaks for millionaires. He's like, maybe we could gut Medicaid more.
Right.
Right, right. All right.
Let's get into it.
You know the pictures of Kristi Noem's that she posts?
Our Secretary of Homeland Security, Kristi Noem, has been tackling the crisis at the border in an interesting way by playing dress up. She has so many different looks. She's got police officer, she's got cowboy, biker, soldier, sailor, construction worker, and Native American. She dresses up as all the village people.
All right.
South Dakota Governor. Yeah, but I do spend time out there with our
There it is. Here it
components,
is.
making sure that they are know that they have a secretary that's engaged with them, that's visiting with them, seeing what their needs. No idea, but I do spend time out there with our components, making sure. Well, habeas corpus is a constitutional right that the president has to be able to remove people from this
This
country.
goofy ass bitch. How dumb are you?
And spend their
They ruin any chance for any woman to run for anything ever again.
It's
Her,
crazy.
Marjorie Taylor Greene, and Caroline, whatever, all ruin it. They just ruin everything.
Why didn't she just let her keep talking? Why did she stop her? Like she should just let her show off how stupid she was.
But that's her, whenever she's talking to people, she doesn't shut up.
No,
Shut up.
does
You
not
can't
shut.
prove a point because there's no point to prove. Just shut up.
Nope. Welcome everyone to the What's Left podcast. I'm John here with Jake and Brad. That was Kristi Noem getting grilled in a Senate hearing. Kristi Noem asking for $50 million for a new private jet for the Coast Guard, ostensibly. But the Coast Guard is the one who flies her ass around. So technically, she's asking for a private plane for herself. You heard Ruben Gallego drag her for her Instagram photos, which I guess are now finally going around. She posts these things because she's proud of them. She's taken photos in front of CCOT. She's taken photos. She basically just dresses up. For those who don't know, we're going to put a few of them on the screen so you can check her out in all of her DHS glory. And if you're trying to remember back to other DHS photo shoots before Kristi Noem, don't bother. They didn't exist because it's not really a thing. You know. What do you what do you think about the photo shoots, Jake? These
It's her to
uh
bring great morale. I mean, if my boss is posting stuff on Instagram, I'm sure. Love to see it.
See, who's happy to see it was all those fucking dudes at CCOT who hadn't seen a woman in fucking 3 years.
So,
It's like that Arrested Development where he has to pay off his daughter keeps showing up to the prison and he has to like pay off all the prisoners not to hoot and holler at her.
uh, she wears a slut t-shirt.
That she can't understand why they won't make a big deal out of it, so she keeps getting sluttier and sluttier. Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
Love it. Brad, what do you think about $50 million for a private jet? We need that, right?
I think asking for $50 million when you don't know what habeas corpus is asinine.
Where he should find it is
Crazy.
lawsuits if he's been served with.
It was nuts that she said that actually just gives the president the right to fucking do whatever he wants. That's essentially what she said. That's what
Yeah.
habeas corpus is.
Yeah.
She actually said that habeas corpus is the complete opposite of what habeas corpus is.
Yeah.
In all actuality.
Right. And there's another clip later on where a younger senator, Andy Kim, who is an up and rising star in the Democratic Party, he gives her, he asked her, do you know what article of the Constitution that is? I mean, he asked her some more questions about the Constitution, which flubs entirely. Just no. She didn't lie about it. She just said no. Then she's like, do you know what article it is? It's just the first article. And he says, do you know which powers those are? And she goes, Congress. He says, yeah. That's where the power of habeas corpus is, man. I'm sorry. Sorry, lady. Not only is it not have nothing to do with the president's power, it's also not a power of the president to set it aside. So you're wrong on both counts. Not only is it not the power of it's not a power vested in the president at all. And yeah, so it's an article.
I really think what Jake was saying about why women don't get elected is because Republicans see these dumbass broads at the forefront of their fucking party, and they're like, absolutely fucking not, dude. We're not voting for a single woman. Do you see how dumb these ones are? I think you
Yeah,
got MTG, you got Kristi Noem, Laura Loomer, Laura
yeah.
Ingraham. Like
Listen, if
the
Obert was my representative, I would also think that no women should ever be in charge of anything ever. Like
it's insane.
that would be a pretty good argument. That would be a pretty good argument.
My argument is it's super double standard because how many idiots men have you elected in the past century?
All of
So
them.
many.
They still
So
get
many.
All of them. We're expected to be idiots. It's not even close. I mean, and then there's does that make Donald Trump a triple standard? Like because the amount of stuff that he is not expected to get is beyond me. Stage 9 cancer.
Man.
Come on, dude. Come on. Yeah, I
ages.
what? Yeah, 4 of them.
Oh,
Yeah. Stage.
Yes.
that makes more sense. Woo!
All right, I got a fresh one for lying or stupid. You guys ready for this one? Okay. So Donald Trump said to members of Congress in the middle of this budget bill, where we all know exactly what's going on, he told them not to fuck around with Medicaid. Now, is this man lying, or is he that stupid?
We will find out at 1 o'clock tonight.
1 a.m. in the morning, you mean?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all tonight to me. But yes, we'll find out at 1 o'clock to see if the Republicans are like, actually, let's keep going through with this bill to cut it.
Yeah. Well, they're not going to, but it's not going to be for that reason. It's going to be because there's not enough cuts to Medicaid.
I feel like when you're doing things in the silence of the night, it's because you don't want your constituents to see what you're doing.
And that is the point that Jim McGovern made when they argued the bill on the floor. That was this whole thing. He said, well, I feel like if you were proud of this, you wouldn't be voting on it at 1 a.m.
Yes.
That I believe that's prime time for Guam. So that's
Yes.
cool.
Speaking of voting,
Mm-hmm.
the Senate did actually do something for Americans today
Oh, did they?
in a vote of 100 to nothing.
Mm.
unanimous, which
Wow.
is, yeah, for no tax on tips.
Wow.
For the
Great.
first time ever, we have a unanimous decision to not tax tips. Will it show up in your check? Absolutely not. Will it be a deduction that you can file on your taxes? Yes, it will. Will that help people by putting more money in their pocket every day? No, it will not.
No.
But the plan is to make you so poor that you just use that money that you deduct to just get through to the next year.
Yeah. Can I tell you who it is going to help? Well, first, real quickly, Jake, is this man lying or is he stupid?
Stupid, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I think he's just stupid.
Stupid, right?
Yeah.
I think he's just dumb as fuck. I like more and more, I just lean toward the stupid. Like, this guy just fucking dumb.
Just don't believe that you can form a lie anymore.
No, I think he's losing it for real. I really think the only thing he knows to say is what Putin tells him to.
That's it.
I think that's where we're at. I think that's where we're at. So,
Krasnov do good. Krasnov do good. Tell me I'm good. Tell me I'm good.
Don get treat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Listen, so on this tax on tips thing, I feel like it's really important for every server and bartender in the world to hear this. It's not going to help you as much as it's going to hurt you because this is going to give opportunities for, say, a hedge fund manager to receive a $20,000 tax-free tip. This is going to give businesses an excuse to continue to add tipping and not add wages. So you're going to be more and more reliant on the services that you need, that regular people, the same people who work for tips, will be also tipping people to help them to live. So we will be basically subsidizing each other and just handing money back and forth. So it really, in the end of the day, this will not help anything, and it in fact will hurt small business. It will hurt individual workers. It may the amount of help that you'll get from these staff from these things is just not. It's kind of negligible. So there should be specific rules and bills that say, like, if you work in service, if you work as a service industry person, and it is a part of your salary, especially if you work for less than minimum wage, which is also should just be fucking illegal. Um, but those people for sure should receive tax free tips. But the idea that there's really no it's not a lot of ambiguous non-language in this bill, and with any tip bill that just allows for a lot of abuse. So this is just going to be a giant. This is going to end up costing the country a lot more than than we think. For now, that's just an opinion, but it's an opinion shared by a lot of people.
Yeah. I don't see how it could negatively affect an individual to not have to pay tax on tips. I understand that it'll be abused because everybody abuses everything, but as the person working at the local Applebee's that doesn't have to fucking get taxed on their tips, it's a win. Yes, the system will be abused the same
Yes.
way Medicaid's abused by a small percentage of people, and these tax loopholes are, all this shit is done. There's abuse everywhere and everything. We know that.
I think we're already seeing though the tip fatigue, and that's more my worry. Is that once if you continue to expand this tip universe of gets paid on tips, everybody is asking for tips, wants tips, you're going to get less and less tips because I know.
I do agree on that part.
Yes, that's more my point than anything. I,
Gotcha.
in the short term, for yeah, absolutely, I think it's great. I don't think that I don't think they should have to pay the taxes on their tips, but I think that it should be specifically and directed at them and them only. Like if you work for those wages, like that should be, you absolutely should not pay taxes on those. You're already most of the time making less than minimum wage on average. So no,
But
you
you're
should
right.
not.
I've already seen people say, "Well, why aren't they paying taxes on their income and I have to pay taxes on mine?" People are already pissed.
Yep. And you're going to see that reflected in your tips. People are not going to feel bad about leaving 15% anymore. So that's kind of there's always some unforeseen effects to these things. Um, so yeah, that's why. a tax credit is a better option for most people in working class areas. Like incentives are better than deductions usually. Um, so yeah, I have mixed feelings. Like I celebrate it, but also I feel doom about it as well. And I hate to be that guy, but like I don't feel like that's gonna fix fuck all. Be honest, if I'm just being honest, I thought it was a dumb idea when he said it. I thought it was even. I thought it was like a like I don't know, fucking moving. I don't know, just what's it called? I can't even think of the name of it in chess, but like just a pointless move with pawns when
Yeah, a
she.
tempo move. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yep.
Yep, I felt like a tempo move, and she said it back, and I didn't see the point, and I
I think
still.
that people aren't claiming anything they get in cash either way. So fuck that. Take every fucking keep every dime. Fuck them.
We're sweet.
Hang on a second. Hang on a second. What do you need? Oh,
Nah,
okay. Okay. All right. Sorry.
that's all right. I'm not editing it out. We'll leave it.
Cool. Cool. Leave it in.
Leave it in.
But yeah, obviously, fuck the United States government. If I can find a way to never pay you another dollar of my taxes, I would because you guys fucking shit it away and blow up little brown kids with it. I'm tired of it.
Yeah, and so is the rest of the world. Thank you for my transition, Brad.
You're welcome.
Today, Europe, yeah, you knew where I was going. So today, Europe, Canada, and the EU, France, or UK, France, and Canada. Thank you. That's what I'm trying to say. The UK, France, and Canada all decided to tell Israel enough is a fucking enough, and that this has to stop. And thank God, it's a growing thing. Even like Theo Vonn said something, even though I mean, is a hypocrite through and through for immediately dining with Jared Kushner afterwards. But people are noticing, and to the point that I was making before about it being politically, it's going to be political suicide to not take the right side of this soon. Because when you see these MAGA influencers, people like Theo Vaughn, they aren't talking about these things because they give a fuck, but they do pay attention to the algorithm and what people are paying attention to, and that is how they get paid. And so if they are talking about it, believe me, it is important to people. You should be listening to those things as much as you listen to polls. That's what people are saying. That's what I think. But beyond all that, like it's crazy that Israel is outright saying it's going through with the Trump plan, and that's what they call it, the Trump plan, and they've said as much in public. They are moving people out. They're evacuating cities, bulldozing them. Um, it's really happening. It's really fucking happening, and it's like people just sitting back and watch. So I was just really encouraged to see the rest of the world finally say, "What the fuck are you actually doing?"
Right.
You know, because it's crazy. And now follow Miss Rachel. So I see the work that she's doing on a regular basis on Instagram and Threads, and God bless her. It is so hard to watch though.
Why?
Because there's kids, man. I know you know Miss Rachel from working with kids. I know Miss Rachel from talking about the kids and
Very different eras, Miss
yeah,
Rachel. Very, very.
we know different Miss Rachels. Yeah. But it's great that she does it, man. Great that she does it. Because I don't know. It's starting to break through.
It just seems like it'd be the simplest thing to speak out against genocide, and yet we're like we have to like raise these people up so much because they're so few and far between now that like Miss Rachel deserves all the praise because there's so few people that are willing to stand up for stopping genocide
Yeah.
that like these people need to be recognized because apparently it's still not the popular choice yet. Stopping genocide still hasn't you know
No,
been the
it,
majority of Americans yet.
it is actually part of Project 2025, and there's the um oh nice the New York Times actually reported that on Project Esther did like an investigative report on this. That's what it's called. It's called Project Esther, part of Project 2025, and it's the effort to kill Palestinian protests. It is all of the things that they're doing. So whether or not it is or is not from Project 2025, it is exactly what's laid out in 2025 of what they're doing. It's the removing of student visas. It's all of that. Like everything that is happening, the kidnapping, all of this is all part of the plan of crushing the Palestinian resistance. And it's so fucked up, so fucked up. Like this is and to use anti-Semitism as the wedge issue, like to use something born of the Holocaust to say this is how we're gonna accomplish it. These people are sick motherfuckers, sick motherfuckers. I can't say that with enough emphasis. I don't know what else to say about it. They are sick for that one. I find this article. Did you guys hear about have you heard of Project Esther?
Not, but I'm gonna look it up when we get off here.
Yeah. Hmm. The headline: Trump's new position on war in Ukraine, not my problem.
Yep, that sounds right.
So that's cool. So basically that means that if the United States if he steps away, then there's no way that Putin's gonna stop doing what he's doing until he has all of Ukraine.
He's not stepping away.
Watch and see how quickly this war escalates now.
Yeah. So he's gonna step away.
Yeah, he definitely is.
I think he's just gonna keep funding the whole thing, keep making money.
Yeah.
That's all they care about. They have no interest in shutting down the war machine. That I'm sure of.
No, they do not.
If you looked on a list of top 15,000 priorities of the fucking government, not one of them would be shutting down the war machine.
Do you remember when he promised that they were going to make cuts to the Department of Defense? When they
Oh,
promised to not it? Just a mere few months ago?
oh,
Not only are they not, they've they've gone from a 900 billion increase to a $1 trillion increase to a $1.1 trillion increase to the defense budget. So no, they do not.
that's insane.
The Pentagon is the only thing that can't for 60% of the funds that have been given to it, they cannot account for.
You should see some of the invoices for that stuff. It's like $1,600 for a toilet seat.
Yeah. If you doge that place, there would actually be something to talk about.
No, we can't stop. They're gonna blow up another building.
Nah, that's the voting you use to blow things up.
Don't threaten to audit the Pentagon, brother. They'll be fucking blowing up buildings left and right around here.
That's true. We don't need that.
No.
So
On September 10th, the Pentagon announces they've lost a disgusting amount of money. On September 11th, the Pentagon is attacked by terrorists.
yeah,
Imagine that. I'm not a conspiracy theorist. It's just the fucking truth.
Period.
it did happen. Coincidence or not, it happened.
Those are two factual statements, right? Could it be coincidence? I'll leave that for you to decide.
I would say probably, since they really just don't give a fuck about losing that money. Like they're continue to lose money, and they haven't blown up a single building. So I mean, probably just a coincidence because they still. That's not like they never quit losing money, but buildings did stop coming down. So I think probably they just don't give a shit. They clearly think we're fucking assholes.
The
Like they
tallest buildings in New York City crumbled, and they couldn't find people, but they managed to find paper passports of the terrorists. I love that. I love that for our United States. We are fucking solid in our search. Fuck those bodies, but we found these paper passports of these terrorists. Get it out of my face. Don't lie to me, dude. Don't lie to me.
Are you sure you're
Fuck.
not serious?
I'm a realist. I haven't even mentioned once about jet fuel or none of that shit. Those are just factual statements, brother. They found paper passports, but they couldn't find bodies.
I mean,
Those are just statements of fact. I will let you choose to do with that information what you will.
I already believe it. People tell me thing once. Oh, sure. Okay. Now I'm gonna argue it to the T the same way too.
Yeah.
Bring it up.
Yeah.
oh God.
That's a great one to die on, bro. Me and my wife's mom, we get along pretty much politically, but I'll get to ranting about that and she hates it. She
Yeah.
hates it.
Yeah, I had it. I don't love the way it makes me feel, to be honest with
I
you.
hear you, dude. I hear you. I hear
I
you.
don't love the way it
But
makes
it
me.
just has to be said. Just
Yeah.
remember that the government can do anything. Anything.
Well, I'll tell you what it chooses not to do.
Right?
That's
We know that we know that the CIA has had people terminated.
Who
I'm
knows
sure.
the bird? Because
They will.
birds are real. That's
Oh,
my birds are not
Yeah, birds aren't real. They just charge all the power lines.
God thing.
That's
real.
why you see out there in flocks like that. They're just charging.
I laid down very few guidelines for this podcast at all. The only thing I asked was we just don't go fucking crazy fucking
The birds are not real.
for one thing. I asked for one thing.
He did ask for one thing. This is quality. Quality. All right, we can get back to real life, but it is fun to go down those rabbit holes every once in a while.
That's fine. That's
Give
all
me
I got.
some dinosaurs.
I don't.
Real
That's all
life
I,
is stranger than fiction.
The government can plant a paper passport. They can also plant dinosaur bones.
Shut up.
oh well. It's
Oh, yeah. It's
thank
gone
you.
off the rails. It's gone
Yep.
off the rails.
We're done. We're over.
I hope this is our most viewed episode, dude. We're just ranting about conspiracies.
Won't take much. Give us, 15, 16 people, and we got it.
That's 16 more believers.
oh my!
For sure.
It'd be
That's
like that flat Earth conference that they showed up to. What was that? I forget who did that documentary. They showed up to the flat Earth conference, and it was one person. oh shit! Christ! Fucking QAnon over.
No more Star Wars references.
All right. Where am I?
Hey,
No.
clip that motion, clip that part and put it on there when you say QAnon and he says you and your Star Wars references. Clip that. That's funny as fuck.
Oh, fucking A.
All
All
right,
right.
back to politics.
Yeah, we can talk about whatever. You want to talk about the Pope?
Sure.
What else has he done? Did you read his tweets?
Tell us about his tweets. We'll start there.
He roasts like Katie Vance and stuff on him. Like he tweets it to the world how he hates these people.
Well, it's awkward at his inaugural mass that JD was there with Zelensky. So they had a meeting where probably JD didn't yell at him about his pants, but who knows? Um, also, JD gave the Pope a customized Bears jersey, which I assume that he threw onto a pile of customized Bears jerseys that he's received over the past fucking, what a fucking unoriginal ass gift that is.
Peru, because he was not in the United States for the past. He does not care about. Does not care.
No, he's a White Sox fan though, big White Sox fan. Loves baseball, which I
Dude,
although I hate the fucking White Sox, but I don't really like the Catholic Church either. So
the videos of the Pope on TikTok of him rapping King Von verses will never not be hilarious to me. It's like AI generated of him just like rapping King Von verses. It's so funny, dude. Oh my gosh, because he's from Chicago. Von's a Chicago rapper. So good. Quality.
good for yeah,
It is
still not
great. So I don't. It.
Yeah, it's not worth the water. Not for videos of the Pope rapping. Sorry. Don't.
I am. Um. I'm not sure why the crowning of a pope, I guess, or the like.
They call it a coronation.
Okay, the coronation of the pope is a geographic deal. Like I don't understand why it's on a world scale necessarily. I
Well,
know like Catholicism is just the world at this point.
well,
Mm.
they think so, but like a lot of people will just follow it. I think a lot. It's like an event because it doesn't happen all the time. It's like a solar eclipse kind of.
Like a lot of world leaders showed up for this, for the funeral of the pope and the coronation of the new pope, and like I don't. Do they do that for like the inauguration of like how many world leaders do we have at the inauguration of our president?
Well, she was invited, but it didn't come.
Yeah, or
Maybe
how many times does our president go to the inauguration of another prime minister or
Prime Minister, not so much, but they always go to coronations. I believe they usually go to the coronation, right? Like, don't they go to George's coronation, maybe? Or no, I
I'm
don't
not sure.
know.
I'm not sure. That's a genuine question. I'm not sure. I don't know.
It's a
Like
good
I'm just
question.
asking because I don't understand why it's a global thing, I guess. I don't know.
It's just leftover. It's just a leftover drudge of history. Honestly, is all it is. I mean, it's always been that way. Every country's always shown up back in the day when this world was lousy with Catholicism all over the place, and just they had their global tentacles all over the place. They still do, but they were a global force at one time. Like whole countries pledged their armies to the Pope and did what he asked them to. So I think it's just like the leftover vestiges of that.
Okay. So do we think that there'll come a point in time where we stop doing a pope?
Um, nah. I think if
Okay.
there's like 12 Catholics in the world, they'll still like one of them the Pope. Yeah, because they got to have a head. It's it's a universal thing, but even if it's just like two of them, I'm sure one of them's the Pope.
Isn't that the end of times when we can't pick a new pope? Isn't that
I
the
think,
next one? Isn't that the next one?
Nostradamus said that the last one was the last one.
Yep.
yeah,
We keep missing these dates, man.
yeah. I mean, it's not too late for the last one to be the last one. I mean, until this one dies, we got plenty of time for this to be the last one.
What was the last one? Wasn't it like 2016 or something like that?
Francis, no, Francis was the last one. That's what you're talking about, right? Or are you
No,
talking about
in
before
the
that?
world predictions. They need to get
Oh,
calculated.
yeah. It's because of the leap year. It's all thrown off now. Nothing makes sense.
Right. And if you look at the Julian calendar as opposed to the Gregorian calendar, divide by three. Yeah. So, yeah. Yeah, the Chicago White Sox though have saved a seat for the Pope. It's in section something something something. It's where he watched the 2005 World Series Game One. So said he can throw out the first pitch, even have an at bat. That's pretty cool.
That'd be sweet.
I would totally take them up on that. I would make them do it. But question to you guys: do you hit in full fucking flowy robes, or are you getting down
Oh, hat and all.
hat and
I don't
all?
think. I think that there's like rules that he probably has to stay in that in public.
Well,
No
he's
recreational clothes?
Oh, I'm pretty sure he makes the rules, right? Like this is like the end of Aladdin. Like, yeah, I've been king the whole time. Like whatever I want to do, I'll do. You
Are
know?
you the gas?
Yeah.
I'd go out looking fierce in the whole get up.
Yeah. I would swing with that stick of his. The gold
You
thing?
imagine him just hitting an absolute steed down the third baseline
With
in a
the
full
post
fucking attire?
Absolutely. Bro, I honestly, and then my second at bat, I'm drag button. Just to show the world what it looks like when that fucking robe just takes off.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I would assume the throw would just get caught in the robes. You know what I mean? So there's no way they get me out. As long as that throws on the right on that side of the bag, dude, it's over. Well, it's lost in there. It's gonna take a whole fucking hour to get it back out. Yeah. So at bats for the Pope, seats, customized Bears jersey, which I'm sure he got several million of. Fucking A. Yeah, he's also like, I liked his message. Do you have any message for the United States? And he said many. Yeah, good for him.
You think he feels like super embarrassed? Like he's like, oh fuck, I am from the United States. You know what I mean? Like he's like chilling in
Yeah,
Peru, like acting like all cool, and then it's like, oh,
it seems like they had this one planned though. Like this was like the guy that Francis wanted. All the Cardinals were Francis's Cardinals, and they all kind of planned this to be like specifically to counterbalance the evil of the United States.
so the Pope's our moral compass again.
But I'd say no, given that he covered up the rape of a couple of nuns when he was bishop in South America. So I'm gonna go with no.
No?
No, I wouldn't trust him necessarily to make the right call on all things. But it's nice he speaks out for the children in Gaza. It's good to have somebody who at the top who's at least doing the right thing now. Everybody makes mistakes. If he formally apologized or said something in public about it, and like that would go a long way for me. But as long as we're pretending like that didn't happen, like I'm not gonna ever gonna be super okay with him. It's my understanding that the priest who did it eventually admitted to it too. So like it's not super controversial as to whether it happened or not. So I'm sorry or my bad. No, wouldn't kill you. Just be the moral compass. Maybe clean the needle. Anyway, yeah. So that's the Pope. That's the Pope update. Fucking keep an eye on this guy. It's fucking crazy. I hope he does take the at bats. We'll see. We'll be covering him again if he does.
Definitely.
Definitely. Oh yeah. There's another. There's another. Oh, Marco Rubio was also in these hearings today, and Chris Van Hollen told him to his face, "I fucking regret. I regret voting for you." Uh, another. It was. I want to say Jackie Rosen told him that like she was gonna channel her Jewish mother, and she wasn't mad at him, but she was that anymore that she was just disappointed, and she wondered how he went home to his family at night, and whether or not he was proud of himself. And yeah, and yeah, he got all defensive and went like super creepy MAGA about like we're gonna take more of them, and he sits there and he spews all that Project Esther stuff about we're pulling out student visas and if you're gonna come here and you're gonna start shit and you're gonna fuck up our campuses and disrupt classes. And Van Hollen's like, is that what Osterk did by writing an op-ed, by signing your name to an op-ed? And he's like, blah, 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 blah. You had a margarita with a terrorist. And he just spewed all of the fucking lies. It's like they literally just do this for Trump, like for Trump and his base.
It's
And it
weird.
is weird. It's like, I think it's down to like him and JD think that they are the successors to this fucking movement. So they're like trying their hardest to like slurp them up, but they're both so goddamn motherfucking weird. I don't think it's gonna work. I don't
There's
think either.
no way, right? They can't put one of those two. The Republicans got to know better than that.
No, I don't know that they do because I mean, come on, they're not like showing themselves to be like the smartest people on the planet, but they're never gonna vote for Marco Rubio.
No,
Never, not a chance, man. Nikki Haley, Marco Rubio, Tim Scott. Telling you guys, you're never going to get a significant portion of Republican votes. They have
no.
made it pretty clear that they're really fucking racist and really fucking misogynist. Like I don't know what further evidence you need, my friends. Like you can drop the act now. Marco Rubio, especially, like how sick is that? Like my guy, he's like his whole career has been on, you know, foreign relations and the importance of soft power and all that neocon fucking nation building bullshit. And now he's just like, nah. Fuck all that.
Isolationism, right?
Like, that's not. We know that's not you, bro. You've been in the public eye for too long. Like you're acting weird. It's weird. Yeah. And JD Vance is just. I mean, that dude was born weird.
He's from Ohio. What do you expect?
Like, it's awful. It's awful. I see. Yeah, some of the worst kind of people are from. I've seen like a picture of. This is just like the worst possible fucking comment on TikTok, and of course the picture was of like the Buckeyes 2002 national championship team. God damn it! God damn it! Should be illegal.
You know Vivek's running here,
Yeah, I've heard. That's good.
dude.
Good. We can beat him.
Have to, right?
Yeah.
There's no way that people fall for this bit.
Crypto money is going to come hard and heavy, just like it did from Moreno. Like
Oh, it's gonna be insane.
that's how they got Sherrod Brown, champion of the working class, out of Ohio. Um, so if they can do it to Sherrod Brown, boy, they can do it. I believe we're running Tim Ryan, which he is a good candidate. He's a good politician. He should have never lost to JD Vance either. That was some more bullshit. He was the one who called out all of this stuff about. He was talking about that fucking app of JD's years, like the entire fucking campaign, and nobody would listen because Ohio was all like MAGA.
It's
So
disheartening.
yeah, it is some bullshit. You know. So I don't know. Well, a weird succession episode plays out between Marco Rubio and JD Vance. The rest of the world suffers. Japan too is an interesting one. Uh, Japan and several other countries, including the European Union, have all just decided to sit out the trade negotiations. So fuck Trump. So he just
Yep.
gives up. Like, we're not doing this. We're not playing this fucking game. And you come talk. You want to be not crazy. So Japan playing a pretty hard and tough. It's a hard, tough game. And honestly, like, I think they got a pretty good shot here. Like, Japan is pretty well set up for this. And the rest of the world's moving on in terms of climate change. We're literally the only country now not going to be moving forward with climate stuff. The only climate stuff is that's left are the people who have well, the only projects at all that are still alive under the Trump organization are projects who have or the ones that basically like the ones that are funded by Saudi Arabia, UAE, United Arab Emirates. All these deals that he purportedly made over that weekend are all just factories that the Biden's bill had them building in America already. The 11 factories were being built under the CHIPS Act.
Chips Act. Yep.
So all of that shit. So those are the only ones though that he hasn't shut down. So I guess that's how it works. You buy him an airplane, sword dancers, show him a great time, treat him like a king, and your country gets to do business in the United States. Um, it's kind of disheartening because none of those oil fucking company countries are going to be funding any sort of green energy projects. So we're not looking at any of that sort of thing, which is where all the new money is at and where the rest of the world's going. And we're not. And we're instead pushing ahead with this AI bullshit um, without any sort of regulation. They're trying to uh, cram into this budget bill legislation that won't allow states to regulate AI in any way on their own for 10 years. So they're basically they want AI to run wild for 10 years without any kind of regulation. AI uses a significant amount of fresh water to cool itself. AI requires a significant amount of electricity that we do not currently produce to run. So these things are pretty dire sounding, honestly, when you think about it. And not to mention just the manipulatability of it all. Like the grok thing was weird. Like
Yeah.
it's supposed to be like independent thinking. They can also be told to add to the end of every sentence that there's a white genocide going on in South Africa. I mean, that's
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I fucking hate AI. I hate everything about it, to be honest with you. And I mean, but so good or bad, like around the horn, give me you guys, what's your opinion? What's your opinion on AI?
I don't know that much about it, but I just don't care about it.
Yeah.
I've
Do
just
you,
heard, I've never heard anything crazy good about it. So
yeah, like what, can you think of any application in your life where you are like lacking something that AI can give you?
I got to put my face on Shakira's face.
Wow. That is important. That is important. I do like that.
Dude, that's like AI is just they mask it with this stupid too. You can do
Yeah.
so many stupid things. Like
Yeah. And
Trump get punched in a Pope uniform. You know what I mean? Like stuff that I see AI used for.
yeah.
Nothing beneficial in like a other sense.
Yeah. I mean, and all that's cool, but like it also makes me feel like there's a far more nefarious thing that they're not wanting you to see by giving you all these fun, creative tools to fuck around with.
Right.
Maybe I'm just being too narrow-minded. Brad, am I too narrow-minded on this?
So I like to play devil's advocate with my own self
Sure.
when it comes to AI because I think the ability to have an incredible think tank like AI could ultimately help. Like it could ultimately be used to learn, essentially. Like everything can be taught through AI and it could expand research and those kind of things. So I think that in that sense, it's good. I also think that AI is directly going to result in the dumbing down of America.
Yeah.
You could already see people like kids in college are just like copy paste into AI and here's the answer. Now alter this so it looks like a 20-year-old wrote it. Boom. Here's your paper. Done. We're not learning anything because it's all just AI now. We're not teaching these kids anything. Like they don't have to retain information because it's at their fingertips.
So I think there's one like real simple worry that I have there, like when it comes to like, the information side of it. So like what happens when it's wrong and we no longer check on it? Like what happens when it decides that like one makes one small error in cancer research and it just kills a bunch of people, but nobody notices because they had cancer anyway. You know?
Yeah,
Like who's going to check when we stop when do we stop double checking these things? When do we become so stupid we don't know how to?
right.
Like and where do we cross reference it? Because like if we're going to burn all of the books and fucking give all the information to Google to sell, like who even knows what truth will be? You know, where will be your median source of truth? Where will you find it? So it's in that regard even I feel like it's useless even in the way of intelligence. I feel like the things that it's promising it's not necessarily delivering because it's gotten worse at providing factual results over the past 6 years. I don't know that that's not fixable, but if we're teaching it, if you have a bunch of stupid people like us teaching it stupid things,
Yeah,
we're, how is it getting smarter?
yeah, I brain rot.
But I think that's just because AI is controlled. Oh, fuck. AI is controlled by money right now.
Yeah.
So AI will say whatever they want it to say.
Yeah, well, 10 years of unregulated AI, I don't think it's going to get any better in that regard.
Yeah, it will not. It will not. It will
Yeah.
not.
You know, the only way for this to work is for it to be strictly regulated and slowly brought along.
Why would we do that?
I don't know.
It works now. Pump it. Yes.
I don't want to be like what do they call it, a Luddite or whatever, like where you just like fight technology that's coming anyway, you know?
Yeah,
But
it's thing is it isn't inevitable. Like it's here. It's never going away.
oh, yeah, it's already here.
Here. You can't uninvent something, so
No, especially not Skynet. I mean, that's pretty much where we're at. That's Terminator, Jake. Before
I
your time.
agree. Big Brother's always watching.
Terminator. He just said something about Trump too. He was mad.
What?
Yeah,
Oh,
Arnold.
oh, Arnold did. Okay, I was like, wait. Trump says something. I mean, it didn't really surprise me. Trump said something about Terminator, but
Oh no, no.
high quality.
This is something about Trump.
Pretty sure he only watches Silence of the Lamb on a loop. Coming from the insane asylums. Like Hannibal Lecter. He'd have you for dinner. Oh my
Ugh.
god. Like if that was your grandpa, dude, like you would never let him outside.
Yeah, he'd be in a memory care unit somewhere.
He'd be talking to the wall somewhere. Negotiating trade deals in a closet where he belongs. Grandpa, nobody's calling. Nope, they're gonna call. China doesn't have your number.
We'll give it to
They're just playing hardball. They'll
him. Yep.
crumble. You need us more than we need them. Out of here. God, he's awful. And I don't want to cry over losing like Walmart or whatever losing money, but that is not the story that these tariffs should be telling right now. Like, could Walmart eat the tariffs? Probably. Would I give a flying fuck if they missed a earnings call? Nah, I don't care. I don't give a fuck. But in the meantime, there are millions of other small businesses that do not have this luxury of deciding whether or not to eat the tariffs. They've already eaten them. Most of them are gone. Some of them are suing, and the rest of them are on fucking thin goddamn ice. We have made, no matter what happens after this, Walmart, Amazon, Target are all going to win because any competition they may have had has just gone away. There will be a millions of companies that will not survive this tariff fucking war, no matter what happens. I don't care if you
Yes.
start, where they start paying us to take their shit. We're not coming back from this.
No. Corporation. It will just be mega corporations after this.
Yeah. So you made the joke on when they would like had the future episodes in Parks and Rec. It was like this episode is brought to you by one of the 6 corporations left in America: Verizon, Taco Bell. Yeah, yeah. It's not a fucking joke anymore. It's pretty much
Yeah.
it. Where we're at. I am interested to see though whether or not they were right about which corporations survive. Only time will tell.
Hopefully Taco Bell survives.
Taco
Yeah,
Bell's going to see it through.
yeah. Taco Bell will always live because A, we won't be able to afford to eat anything else, and B, it's pretty
My taco's still like $1, so we're good. We're good.
great. Yep.
Still $1.
Arizona tea and a fucking taco from Taco Bell. That'll be your standard fare here in America. Oh my god, like it isn't already.
When I was out there on the sauce, it was a tall boy of Surge and 2 cheesy flatbreads. That was
Surge,
it.
surge.
Surge
Yeah,
was my jam.
dude, hell yeah. We used to walk and get the single liter bottles of Surge.
Oh, oh yeah.
Yeah, pound it
Class.
because we weren't allowed to have them, so we'd have to like chug them on the way back from the gas station.
Hell yeah.
Good
That's
times,
awesome.
good times. And they took it off
Surge
the
was
market
just
back, and it was not the same.
no, yeah, that's what I was talking. It was like 2016, and I was surging pretty hard.
What is Surge?
It's
It's like a soda that's like a Red Bull essentially.
it was when it first came out, like it was too much caffeine. It
It
was
was
what it,
way too much caffeine at the time.
like just the amount of sugar that you could just feel coating your teeth when you drank it.
It was
Like
intense.
it was
Was it
carbonated yet thick.
Got it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like a
such just an absolute treat. Just an
yeah,
absolute treat.
like slurping Mountain Dew syrup right out of the box.
Uh,
Gotcha.
just quality. I don't know
Yeah.
if you're trying to talk bad about it, but I can't speak highly enough of it.
I want to
And
try it. I love energy drinks. I'd love to try it.
Oh, it was good.
I think compared to well, first of all, I think the new stuff is just pop. And I think honestly compared to like what we drink now, it's probably rat piss. You know what I mean?
Dude, these Alanis are fucking the real deal. 200
Yeah,
milligrams of caffeine?
They're
Come on.
200, and these bitches don't know, and they just drink them. Like, oh my God, we have Nalani, and they're going to the fucking hospital, and they're like, read a label, read a label.
400 ain't shit. You got to get you a bang, get you 400 in a bottle, dude. With all that
Oh,
sugar. God almighty. That shit'll blow your heart up immediately. And Monster, too. I think Monster's
You can't handle the heart palpitations, then get out. Then stop
yeah.
drinking.
You ain't built for this.
Then stop.
God.
That weird panic attack that comes out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, then it's not for you.
Yeah.
I enjoy my cold sweats at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Okay.
Oof. You just drink them all. You stay drinking them all day?
I drink one for lunch.
Okay.
I don't drink it in the morning, but I drink it for lunch because I know it's gonna wear off. You
Yeah.
know,
7:10 a.m. and I'm cracking a Red Bull.
with the brush teeth.
But yeah, dude, it's so that's why I wait. It's so like I leave my house at like 6:30. So it gives me 40 minutes of driving to work, smoking a cigarette before I ever try and put toothpaste to Red Bull, dude. Ugh. Yeah, I drink the strawberry ones, the strawberry apricot.
Have you tried the new white
White,
peach?
yeah, the white peach. I really think my favorite one is the purple, though. I know that sounds crazy, but I like the grapefruit one a lot.
I like that one. I like Juneberry too.
Yeah,
June.
that's my wife's favorite one.
I love energy drinks.
So I'm too cheap for all that. So what I do is I get the box of the powdered energy drinks. It's also 200 milligrams. And the flavors are meh, whatever. Huh?
You're not going back into work burping like crazy then.
No. No. It gives you a little bit of carbonation in the water, but like you just add it to your water and it's fucking you got like lemonade, grape, strawberry, whatever. You had one the other day actually when you were up here. Not bad. But 200 milligrams of caffeine and hydration and electrolytes and taurine. Yeah, not too shabby. And $5 for a box of 18.
Oh,
So
that's a win.
yeah, so that's yeah, that's how I shop. Fucking for the price of two bangs, I can have an entire box of fucking energy drinks. Yeah,
Well, I
it's
bought
not
off-brand ketchup this week, but I did buy an energy drink this morning.
the prices you have
I
made.
probably make that same decision.
Because my daughter, honestly, God would drink ketchup, so I just don't understand. Like, I wasn't making a Costco run to pick up like the ketchup in bulk.
Yeah.
And my daughter, honestly, God puts it on fucking every single thing that she eats. It doesn't matter what it is. She's dipping it in ketchup because she's a child.
I'm a ranch girly. I love
She
it.
she hasn't said a word to me about it being not the normal brand.
No, you're in luck then.
Yep.
Yeah.
I wouldn't bring it up.
Honestly, yeah, I'm not mentioning it one time.
Shit. All right. I've got too much content to sift through.
Cool. That's cool. That's cool. That was a good one. I like that. That was the most fun I've had in a little bit.
Yeah, that was
Like
good.
I like the let's talk good thing that we did on Sunday, but I like this.
Yeah, this was good. This
Yeah.
is what um the only real structure we'll have is be Thursdays. You know,
Cool.
do you think it is important to bring out like a story every week and highlight it?
Do we need to go into Ted Cruz being the Zodiac killer?
I don't know that we have to.
No. Okay.
Do any of
I can't be my kid on Thursday.
God, listen. If you want a conspiracy theory, I'll give you. You're allowed to. We can talk about Jeffrey Epstein. Okay, that'll be the one. We can talk about the non-existent Epstein files, only because it's not real.
They still haven't come out.
Bongino and Cash Patel said there's nothing to see. The guys who
Yeah.
spent built their entire careers out of telling everyone that there was something there said, nah, actually, psych.
Yeah. Donald Trump's like, don't you fucking dare.
Yeah, 100%, dude. It's not a complicated, it's an open and shut case, okay?
Right.
Guys, it's not complicated. Donald Trump. Donald Trump, and it's Donald Trump. Thanks for watching, listening, doing whatever you do. Please like and subscribe. Follow us on Instagram, TikTok, Threads, and Blue Sky. Also on Substack, and mainly on YouTube. Please like and subscribe. YouTube is one of the most important places where people search. And so we'd really like to be able to break through the right-leaning algorithm on that platform, and it all helps when you like and subscribe and share our stuff. So please continue to do that. Continue to leave your positive and all of those lovely negative messages on TikTok. And until next time, I'm John.
Jake.
And I'm Brad.
And that's what's left.
The birds aren't real.
Birds exist.
They're very real. They're real.